Hello guys, my name is Oliver Rieper. I'm from GSK Golf in Vienna, Austria, on the golf simulator shop, and we're here to test out the brand new EyeMini from Uneekor in a comparison test to the Trackman. Especially our German customers or our European customers are asking a lot about that because maybe you know Trackman is quite popular here, but it's expensive, so we maybe have an option here for you guys. So we're using an RCT ball, as you see here, so maybe you can focus on this. We have an RCT ball here. So the Trackman tracks it good. We have set it up properly like we do it with every demo. It's around about 1.80 m to the Trackman, and we have set up and calibrated, so aligned the EyeMini. So what we're doing is we're starting out. We have stickers here on the club, as you see maybe. Have stickers here. We're using a driver, we're using a 8-iron, and we're using a 50-degree wedge to kind of make some comparison. Every time I would say 5 shots. To give you guys a kind of feel about that. So, number one, a little bit warmed up, hope it's enough. And so we compare the data. Oh, that was shit. So, not a good shot here. Tracking looks the same, 107.2. A ball speed looks identical. Club speed is a little bit more on the Mini. Side total of 30 meters, 9.3, side spin 506, and the backspin is more or less the same. So yeah, was not a good shot. So it was almost shanked. So I try to make it a little bit better now. Yeah, that looks better. Must be left. And no read of the Mini. Yeah, sorry for that. Was my fault. It was out of the zone. So nope, had tracked it. Here we go. Looks like our internet connection is a little bit down. So 132.3, 130 on the carry. Ball speed within a mile. Smash factor identical. Launch angle 21.3 to 20. Launch direction 0.6 to 1.3. So club speed more or less the same. Spin rate, it's lower on the EyeMini. Actually, what I have seen that the spin rate data looks more valid on the photometric, which makes of course sense because it sees the ball spin quite good, and the rest is kind of calculated, so side spins and things like this. Club to path, actually in this version of the EyeMini, the club to path, also the club path is not working. So with the View software, actually I see it on the display. So maybe we go here, make a display here, and here it tells club path 2 degrees. So, and here we have 5. So, here we go. So, on the road. Better shot. Now it's working properly. Again on left one. Curvature looks more or less the same. 621 on the spin. Club speed 77, 132, 106, 139. So launch angle 21. So this is, as said, more or less the launch direction is exactly the same. So it's minus. Now it's a little bit. The Trackman sees it a little bit to the left. The Uneekor sees it a little bit to the right, but it's within 1.4 degrees. Side 11, club path. As said, club path here again. Take a look here. Because on the display you see the club path 4.1 to 3.8. So actually it's quite good. Also quite close together. Yeah, View software. Just to know, guys, it's a global launch. Was yesterday. The club path in View is within our system not working. So we are just have put out a bug fix about that. So we get that hopefully soon. So here we go again. 128, 103. So if you see launch angles, things like this, it looks more or less the same. This is all within like 1.5% of the distance. So spin rate 5.7. As said, I think the Trackman is always a little bit on the higher side when it comes to spinning. Even with the RCT balls in our setup, I think totally depends a little bit where you're using it. Face to path we have here -3, and club path 4.5, and here the data point is 5.3, so within 0.8 as well. So it really looks nice. From my point of view, it really gives kind of good data. It's more or less the same. So I don't see any kind of big difference. So we go to the driver, and to make this good, kind of switching over Oliver and changing the glob. It's not necessary within the view, but to make it correct, we do this. So we switch over to the driver here. Yep. And here as well. So home, going back to home, don't save it. Practice, shadow analysis, make an auto target again. And Oliver we're using the driver here. So here we go. Teeing it up and let the ball fly. It's out of zone. It's too close, actually. That was the reason before it's not working. So here we go. So it's more or less the same again. The reason why the Mini is a little bit slower, I think, because we put it here on the USB connection. So maybe this is not kind of the ideal connect. 204, 140, club speed 95.5, club puff 4.2. Where we go here? 4.4. So club speed 97 to 95. Spin rate 246, 261. Phase angle 24. The angle of attack. Well, I've seen that the Mini is always a little bit on the higher side with the attack angle compared to the Trackman, which is a little bit tighter from my point of view. So maybe this is kind of something, but I'll go a little bit farther away here, huh? That's better. Again. Again, a good strike for myself. Yeah, that's what I usually play. Slightly power draw, 212, carry 205, 140, 149. If you take the pure data, it's the launch angle 14.4, 12.3. Maybe that's the difference here. If you go here on the, monitor, if you go here for the carry distance, or here the carry distance, the ball speed is more or less the same. The launch angle is different, and the spin is here lower. So that actually reflects a little bit longer ball flight compared to that. From my point of view, the strike was quite good, so I would say it's at least 210 meters on carry. And I have to admit, I have an injury on my right hand, so I'm not in full power at the moment. But also here, data is quite identical if you see the ball flights and things like this. The Uneekor tells 16.1, the Trackman tells 5.4 to the sides. With that hit I made, I would suppose that it maybe has not hit the fairway 100% if I would aim to the middle, honestly spoken. So this is was a little bit closed down club face from my point of view. Yeah, so again, so try now to kind of make a fade or a little bit of a slice. That must be sliced like hell. So 186, 138 ball speed. So 4.4, 13. Spin axis 20 to the right, 1,800. Club speed 106 here. 97, honestly spoken, I believe in this case the Trackman a little bit more. Side total 53, so this could be for sure that it's like that. Yeah, so really looks good. And here we go. And my phone, unfortunately, is ringing here. So again, I'll try to hook the ball. Hope it's working. When I'm not a good hooker. But that was really hooked like hell. So 163 around 74. What I've seen when it comes down to kind of misreads, there is a lot of difference between all the systems we test. So if you hit the ball quite straight, it's usually quite good from my point of view. But it's really, if you're hitting it kind of bad and the shots are bad and things like this, then it usually comes down that it's not that good hit, that the tracking don't goes one by one with all the systems. So this is something I have acknowledged quite often with different kinds. So at the end, we're starting out, going back here again, and kind of don't save the shots, practice, going making out the target again. In the meantime, we're switching over here as well on the wedge, on the Uneekor EyeMini. So the 50-degree wedge here, and now we compare the 50-degree wedge. And here I just do kind of short ones, so pitches. So, which I would say should be 50 to 60 meters. Maybe a little bit longer. It could be a little bit longer than 60. So around about 60 meters would be kind of the data I would expect with that shot. And here we go. 65 carry, 63 carry. Yeah, spin rate 7. So the club speed is more or less the same. Actually, the data here is more or less the same. That's exactly what I would have kind of awaited here. Club path, 3.6 club path here. 5.3, so a little bit more. But if you take the data, the pure data, also the graphics, you see it's not a big difference, or no difference at all at the end. That was fat. 63.5, 61, yeah. So as you see, there is no kind of big difference between the two systems. And now try to make a little flop shot. Was higher, launched. 46.4, 52. So the ball speed is the same. Club speed here is slower, which I think honestly would say that my club speed is slower because I scooped it in that case. Backspin 6.937, club path minus 4.6, and what we got here, it's 4.3, so it's okay. It's quite okay from the data point of view. So, and another one, and one full shot here with the wedge. Oh, that must be good. But left. Yeah, that's my weak point at the moment on the golfing side. I hit it left all the time. 106 to 104, 91. So as well here, almost no difference on the data. Yeah, summary of this video. At the end of the day, you see 4,790 euro net plus VAT unit, or $4,500 in the United States plus the sales tax. It's usually doing a very good job compared to a machine that's 5 times the value, 3 times the value, excuse me. You get the swing optics cameras here as well. So in this case, really, there is kind of another big deal. So if you really kind of don't look for any kind of in-deep club data, if you're looking for some kind of gameplay thing, and with the interconnection to the GS Pro, to Creative Golf, to TGC, to all these E6, the new E6 game which comes out in the fall, yeah, it's a very good system at the end, and it's natively connected to that. On the other side, if you take a Trackman is a really good system. You get all the data you need. So which means if you need phase angle and things like this, then of course maybe a Trackman or an IXO, which is on the ceiling here, maybe is a better choice of you. But if you're seeking out for good gameplay, for immediate data, for data you can rely on as well. If you can use it on the range without having an iPad, because the display shows all the data points in one shot. So if you just go out with the unit, go there, it's a very good system. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. My name is Oliver. I'm from the Golf Simulator Shop, and hope to see you soon on video. This was the video of Trackman and the EyeMini.